I'm so honored to have this opportunity to share about John Ross and his missions in northeast of China, Dongbei. In recent years, I have done some research about him, and I'm so touched by his legacy. In 1872, Ross came to Dongbei as a pioneering missionary from Scotland. In 38 years, he and his colleagues had carried a remarkable work, which was ever considered as the most successful mission in modern mission history. He followed Apostle Paul's mission principle, and become all things to all men, that I may by all means save some. By this principle, many souls were saved. When Ross first arrived, there was no single baptized Christian in Dongbei. By 1910, when he was retired, there had been more than 40,000 baptized believers, 10 times of inquirers. In Edinburgh World Mission Conference, he was glad to share this achievement to the world. Ross was regarded as the church founder both in Dongbei and Korea. Many congregations were built by his effort in Dongbei, among which Dongguan Church was the earliest and the biggest one. It was built in 1889 with Chinese style. After it was burnt during Boxing movement, a new church was rebuilt on the former foundation in 1907. This church is still functioning with more than 20,000 members. The first local pastor, Liu Quanyue, had been invited to Scotland as a representative of Presbytery from Dongbei in 1897. His son and his granddaughter were graduates from Dr. Christie's Mission Medical College in Dongbei. The granddaughter was the first female graduate who had ever studied in Edinburgh Medical College. John Ross was the first person who translated the Korean Bible. His translation papers were the first baptized Korean. In 1884, the revival in Korea Valleys astonished the whole world. Today, a stone in the valley is still witnessing Ross' mission there. Now, a local Korean church is flourishing and Ross is well remembered. The Great Revival happened both in Korea and Dongbei in the beginning of the 20th century, had witnessed the salvation power of the gospel. John Ross was also the founder of Northeastern Seminary. In order to speedily establish a self-supporting, self-guiding, and self-extending church, Ross paid more attention to train local evangelists since his mission beginning. In 1894, a 4-year senior theological program was initiated, which was the beginning of Northeast of Seminary. In 1899, 7 students graduated and licensed. In the same year, the seminary was formally established with 13 students, and Ross was elected president. Ross wrote to his home church, "It is the utmost importance that the first pastors of the church should be men of spiritual enlightenment and sound judgment, as well as of sterling piety, and those who labor in intercession for the cause of Christ should not forget to pray for the school of the prophets at Mukden, that it may be blessed of God to equip the rapidly growing church of Manchuria with an ample sufficiency of wise, devoted, and spirit-filled pastors." The seminary was indeed abundantly blessed and had sold about all kinds of storms and hardships in the following years. In 1996, a new school building was completed during the presidency of Revd Ko Jingguang, a seminary graduate in 1947. Some former missionaries were invited to participate in the opening ceremony. In 2012, the school was moved to a beautiful scenic area under the leadership of the President Revd Koyoguo, who was invited to visit the Church of Scotland in 2010. The current president is Elder Shi Aijun. Following the heritage of John Ross, the seminary is striving to build itself to a top seminary both spiritually and academically. Since the seminary was founded, it has trained a large number of pastors who have played an important role for the growing church, which is what Ross had dreamed. Northeastern Seminary and the church in Dongguan are grateful for Ross' contributions. Ross' friend James Webster commended, "He gave his best to China, and he gave it all ungrudgingly. He sowed unsparingly, and he reaped abundantly." When Ross died in 1915, the church in Dongguan erected a memorial tablet. The tablet is still in Dongguan Church, witnessing the mutual love. The Bible says, "Unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit." Today, Ross' abundant fruits have been richly blessed in China, in Korea, as well as in Scotland. May all glory be to our Lord.